When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. Suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment. It finds a meaning. The salvation of man is through love and in love. In some ways, suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds meaning. Life is not primarily a quest for pleasure or a quest for power, but a quest for meaning. Happiness cannot be pursued, it must ensue, and it only does, so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself. Man is not fully conditioned and determined, but rather determines himself whether he gives in to conditions or stands up to them. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. The one thing you can't take away from me is the way I choose to respond to what you do to me. The last of one's freedoms is to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance. When a man finds that it is his destiny to suffer, he will have to accept his suffering as his task. Fear may come true that which one is afraid of. Live as if you were living, already for the second time, and as if you had acted the first time as wrongly as you are about to act now. Ultimately, man should not ask what the meaning of his life is, but rather he must recognize that it is he who is asked. Love is the only way to grasp another human being in the innermost core of his personality. What is to give light must endure burning. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Freedom, however, is not the last word. Freedom is only part of the story and half of the truth. A man who becomes conscious of the responsibility he bears toward a human being who affectionately waits for him or to an unfinished work will never be able to throw away his life. No one has the right to do wrong, not even if wrong has been done to them. The true meaning of life is to be discovered in the world, rather than within man or his own psyche. The attempt to develop a sense of humor and to see things in a humorous light is some kind of a trick learned while mastering the art of living. Don't aim at success the more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you are going to miss it. For the meaning of life differs from man to man, from day to day, and from hour to hour. The more one forgets himself by giving himself to a cause to serve or another person to love, the more human he is. If there is a meaning in life at all, then there must be a meaning in suffering. Life can be pulled by goals just as surely as it can be pushed by drives. The truth that love is the ultimate and the highest goal to which man can aspire. I understood how a man who has nothing left in this world still may know bliss, be it only for a brief moment, in the contemplation of his beloved. He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. The unique opportunity lies in the way we bear our burdens. We who lived in concentration camps can remember the men who walked through the huts comforting others, giving away their last piece of bread. Everywhere man is confronted with fate, with the chance of achieving something through his own suffering. Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. The salvation of man is through love and in love. Live as if you were living already for the second time, and as if you had acted the first time as wrongly as you are about to act now. Man's search for meaning is the primary motivation in his life and not a secondary rationalization of instinctual drives. We can discover this meaning in life in 3 different ways. 1. By creating a work or doing a deed, by experiencing something or encountering someone. And 3. By the attitude we take toward unavoidable suffering. Ultimately, man should not ask what the meaning of his life is, but rather he must recognize that it is he who is asked,